Wanted to go over the content peer review. When you are looking at the content of the paper, you are really trying to make sure this paper makes sense. I have provided you a guideline that I want you to follow. It will also help you look for key items, but it will also help you, kind of take a second look at your essay when you get it back. Okay, first thing, these are actually done in a table, so you may just need to highlight these, which you can do here, or you can color them blue or whatever. I do need to see them. You want to see if there's an original title. You want to make sure that the title makes sense with how it relates to the essay. If there is not a title, or you think the title needs something extra, you have room in here to write it in. Any time you make any kind of note on this document, just like on the papers themselves, I want you to use bold and blue and type your comment. That way the writer can see them easily. Want to make sure the introduction has 6 to 8 sentences and that it includes an attention getter. And then you need to tell me what the attention getter is, and you can look in your book for that, chapter 3. I want you to say whether there is a clear thesis. Is this thesis what I've asked it to be? Is it a limited subject plus an opinion that can be supported in 3 ways? Then I want you to rewrite their thesis statement here and highlight it in their draft. Okay, so you have to find it. You can't just say, yes, it has one, and then you don't tell me what it is. Once you've read the thesis, can you see what the paper will discuss? And part of that is, do they keep to their thesis in the rest of the paper? So is that single focus clearly established throughout? Is there a clear beginning, middle, and end of this paper? If not, what needs clarification? If they've used a quote and you don't understand how it relates to the paper, you would want to state that. Sometimes you will just put this actually in the paper. And for that, you just need to put a little note here for me. It says, see paper. Does each body paragraph have a clear topic sentence? Does each paragraph contain one and only one topic? If not, which ones contain more than one topic? Does each body paragraph have 8 to 12 sentences? If not, which paragraphs are too long or are too short? Remember, in this one, you're looking for 4 body paragraphs. The first body paragraph should be a summary of the article, and the remaining 3 body paragraphs should be the 3 major points that support the thesis. Do the body paragraphs contain support and paraphrases or quotes from the article that support the thesis? They need to. It's required. So hopefully the answer is yes. But if you see any that don't, you need to go back to that article and tell the writer what might help bolster that opinion. Or if you don't think that opinion is well argued, you might want to say, I don't understand the link between what you're saying and the article. Do you think any of the paragraphs should be combined, deleted, or moved? If so, which ones and why? Is each topic supported by relevant details from the article, also from the writer's personal experience or other knowledge? Are there transitions between ideas? Does the conclusion give the reader a sense of closure? The conclusion should be 6 to 8 sentences as well. It should restate the thesis and summarize the main points of the paper. Does the conclusion include an afterthought to keep the reader's attention? And does the essay include references to Tatar's and introduction to fairy tales? What are those references? So here I would want to know if they've done quotes, have they done paraphrases, are those quotes relevant, and are they introduced properly? Remember, we don't just have quotes hanging out there. We have to introduce them, and they should be only about 10% of the paper at the absolute most. Once you have done that, I want you to go back through it. Make sure you've made notes throughout the paper that are actually helpful to the author. Okay? Your comment should indicate areas that they've addressed well as areas that they need to revisit. At the end of the author's paper, or in the email you send to them, I want you to write 2 or 3 complete sentences where you offer praise. I don't want you to say good or very. I want you to think of something that they have done well in the paper and use a good adjective to describe it. If you aren't sure how to say something, Google it. You're at home, you're in front of your computer, so you certainly can do that. Specifically, I want you to point to an argument that you've found to be well supported or well argued.